Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I hope you guys are having an awesome week. So if you guys didn't see my Instagram stories, I recently went to Ulta. I only spent $3.78. Go look at my Instagram feed to actually see like that entire story. I did pick up one of the new Colourpop palettes that's been released more for, at least to me, it seems like it was released more for Valentine's Day, and it is the Blush Crush palette. So here is the Blush Crush palette. It is a 9-pan palette from Colourpop Cosmetics, and today I actually wanted to do a tutorial slash first impressions for you, give you a little bit more information about this particular one, and also open up my Bare Necessities palette and kind of do a contrast and comparison to this one along with the Bare Necessities one. So stay tuned. So I want to give you guys a little bit more information about this beauty before we go into like the compare and contrast. This is a 9-pan palette, and the theme is Blush Crush, so it is more of a neutral blush theme. According to their website, it says you'll have a major crush on this blushing nudes palette. Romantic mauves in matte, metallic, and super shock finishes create the softest looks. So it has one super shock, which is the Papa Bottle. It has a couple of mattes, it has some shimmers, and then it has some like matte shimmers as well. And it is a 9-pan palette. As for the packaging, it is the cardboard packaging. It actually isn't the plastic packaging that you see in their typical 9-pan palettes. And this one actually retails for a little bit more than the 9-pan palette. So in their monochrome set, they actually have the 9-pan palettes. This one is the Baby Got Peach one, and it is actually a plastic package, whereas this one is more of a cardboard package. And it also doesn't include a mirror on the inside, whereas the 9-pan palettes that they usually produce do have a mirror like this, which is what I love about these cute little 9-panners. And this one retails for $12 on the Colourpop website, whereas this one retails for $14 on the Colourpop website. So you get different packaging, it is not plastic, and it doesn't come with a mirror for $2 more. This one does come with one of the Super Shock shadows though, so maybe that is why it is priced a little bit higher. It's because of what is in this palette compared to some of their other 9-pan palettes. And then they also have the other 9-pan palette that was released with this one, but that one has been compared to the Bare Necessities palette quite a bit actually, and the 9 pans that are in that one are very, very similar to the Bare Necessities palette. And the Bare Necessities palette does have quite a bit of nudes in it. It has very little mauve colors, whereas the Blush Crush does have quite a bit of mauve colors in it. So here is a side-by-side comparison just so you guys can see. As you can tell, it is mostly like there are some neutrals that are similar to each other in here, but for the most part, none of the colors in this palette match any of the colors in this palette. Whereas the Nude Mood palette that was released with this one, you can actually buy them in a bundle on Colourpop if they've actually restocked it. That one has been compared to the Going Coconuts palette, and it has also been compared to the Bare Necessities palette that the color stories are very, very similar. So the Blush Crush, no comparison at all between the Bare Necessities palette whatsoever. So let's just get a look at the detail. It's actually like quite beautiful. One thing I do like about this is that the flap folds back so you can use it. The only problem is that there is no mirror, but I feel like the little 9-pan palette makes this very, very travel friendly, whereas the Bare Necessities, not so much. Like these little 9-pan palettes are perfect for travel. And the Blush Crush is more of a blushy neutral, which also makes it more usable for every day. Next, we are going to be getting into just an eye look, a simple eye look with the Blush Crush palette. I'm going to use some of the Super Shock, I'm going to use some of the metallics, I'm going to use some of the mattes, and we're going to create a basic eye look. The only thing that I really just don't like about this palette is that it doesn't come with a mirror. So I am going to be using my Little Mermaid mirror that my husband got me for Christmas, and we are just going to be diving into this palette. Now, in a separate video, I was actually thinking about stacking this one up against the Bare Necessities. If you guys want to see something like that, I can do that. But from the naked eye, it looks like a lot of the colors in the Blush Crush just don't match up with the Bare Necessities palette. Made You Blush is this pink one right in the middle here, and we're just going to put this in the crease. Now there is a lot of kickback in the pan for sure. Ooh, this pink is super pretty. Kind of reminds me of a Barbie. Getting ready for Valentine's Day. Super pink. Super, super, super pink. All right, then I'm gonna take one of these. We're gonna do the darker one. It's called Blush Wine, and this is a wine color, and then it has a little bit of a gold sparkle in it. Just do a little bit of drama on the outer corner. One thing I always find with these matte shades that have like a glitter in them is that the glitter never really translates to the eyeshadow, like when you actually apply it. The glitter just never really translates onto the eye. Like there is no, like there's gold glitter in pan, but there's none on my eye. It's just that winey Merlot color, and it's on my eye. Like there is no glitter. And then I'm going to take Blossom up just on my finger. I'll actually swatch it for you guys because it's kind of like a duochrome. It's got a pink and then a yellow glittery undertone. And this is going to go on my lid. So like you guys can see the duochrominess on the tip of my finger. Very buttery. Woo, I like that. Then I'm just going to put this also right in my inner corner. I'm going to put a little bit of Made You Blush, and it's going to go underneath my lashes. Dang. So it's so icy outside. A neighbor, I guess a neighbor, somebody's walking down the middle of the street and literally just like wiped out in the middle of the street. So right now the north is getting pummeled with like a whole bunch of snow and ice. Schools have snow days. Like this is winter. It finally came, you know, in freaking February. I love how like I'm in the middle of a video and I'm like, I gotta clean. And that's just like, that's me. That's me. Okay guys, so here is my finished eye look with the Blush Crush. I'll fix my hair real quick. I actually was thinking about a hair tutorial on show you guys how to get like kind of like loose wave type things like this. If you guys want a tutorial, leave a comment below. I love doing my hair. And there are more hair tutorials coming to my channel. So now that we are backed out a little bit, you guys can see like the full effect of the makeup and the Blush Crush palette. Oh, this is actually, so putting all aside, like coming from a clean point of view, looking at Colourpop. So every time I would walk into an Ulta Beauty, I would be like, oh, Colourpop, like please give me Colourpop. Colourpop is amazing. And they never disappoint, and I feel like that is true even to effect of this. I think that this palette is absolutely beautiful. One thing that I really notice is that this translates more to like spring, summer than what it does in the current season that we're in right now. And it does have some great like deeper shades in here that are more for winter. Like a lot of people go more mauve-y, they go more purple, they go merlot-y. And I think that it does translate well from late winter into spring and even into summer. Like this is a palette I can see myself using a lot more, even though it's kind of like, it's called Blush Crush. So it reminds me a lot, like the name reminds me a lot of Valentine's Day. So I think that they did a good job, a good move in creating a palette that transitions really well throughout the seasons. I could even see myself wearing this in the fall with some of the more Merlot mauve colors and just creating like a really matte eye. One thing I do have to say about some of the mattes in here that have the shimmers in them, like the Made You Blush has a gold glitter in it, and then these two also have a gold glitter in them. The only problem is it doesn't translate to your eye. It just seems to blend away the glitter, which it's not a disappointment, but at the same time, like why is the glitter in there if it's not going to translate to your eye? So if you're looking for a payoff with that glitter, it's not going to be there. It's just going to look like a matte shade on your eye. As for the Super Shock shadow that's in here, the Pop the Bottle one, very, very pretty. Super pretty. I actually, the other day, I wore just emerald and then I put some of the Super Shock like on top of it, and it was just on the lid of my eye, and it was absolutely stunning. It was super easy, super quick. Do I see myself getting a lot of use out of this palette? I would say yes. Does it compare to the Bare Necessities palette? And no, it doesn't. Because of the warm nature of the shades, the pinkier nature instead of the nude nature that the Blush Crush has. That one's more like brown, and it has like lighter browns, darker browns. It doesn't have anything peachy toned in it. Now, as far as it goes with the It's All Good palette from Colourpop, it does have some very similar shades to the It's All Good one, but then there's also shades in the Blush Crush one that you don't get in the It's All Good one. So you guys can see this one's kind of like a mini of the It's All Good, but there's definitely shades in here that just aren't in the It's All Good palette. So just to kind of give you guys a reference, this is a 30 pan palette, and it's the It's All Good palette. And like I said, this one's easy. It'll be easy to travel with. It will definitely like transition really, really well from spring into summer and even into fall with the darker shades up here and just doing like a matte eye. And I think for $14, you can't go wrong. So guys, I hope you like this video. I do have a giveaway going up on my channel. It is actually already posted. Go check that out. I will put it in the description box below, or probably in the eye or at the end screen. And you guys can go check that out, enter the giveaway, and I will see you guys later. Bye.